Assalamu alaikum, ladies. Let's be honest, managing money can feel so overwhelming, especially when we're juggling so much. We're juggling family, faith, work, as well as our own well-being. But here's the truth. Being financially educated, it's part of being prepared. And for Muslim women, it's more than just numbers. It's about aligning our money with our values. And in Islam, financial responsibility isn't optional. It's an amana. It's part of ihsan. It's part of preparing for the future dunya and akhirah. So today, I want to walk you through 4 essential money skills that every Muslim woman needs. Not just in theory, but with Islamic perspectives, but also with real life examples and practical steps. So the first thing is halal investing. Halal investing is not just avoiding alcohol or gambling stocks. It means your money isn't growing through interest or unethical industries. Now, Islamically, it's our duty to ensure that our income as well as profits come from clean sources. You see, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, was entrusted with trade and business dealing because of his trustworthiness and fairness. And even before prophethood, his reputation for ethical commerce earned him the trust of Khadija radiallahu anha, a successful investor and businesswoman herself. See, when you choose halal investments, you're building wealth the way the Prophet, peace and blessing be upon him, would have approved of, with clarity, with ethics, as well as trust in Allah's provision. And here are 3 actionable steps for you to start with halal investing. So the first thing is open a halal investment account. Second is learning basic filters. No riba, no alcohol, no gambling, as well as low interest-based debt ratios. 3 is just starting small. But start, even if it means putting $50 into a halal ETF. It builds a muscle and wealth. Islam encourages to let wealth circulate. Let your money work, but in ways that feed your akhirah, not just your dunya. 2 is smart budgeting. Now, budgeting is not a restriction. It's an intention. It's telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. Now, whether you're earning or receiving, you still need to know where your money goes. In Surah Yusuf, Prophet Yusuf alayhi salam, he didn't just interpret the king's dream of famine. He made a 7-year economic plan. He stored grain in times of ease to protect people during hardship. That's budgeting with foresight. Most people spend reactively. You see, Islam teaches niyyah, and that includes your spending. A budget aligned with your values, it makes space for sadaqah, for education, for rest, and responsibility. So here are 3 actionable tips for smart budgeting. You can use the 50-30-20 method, where the breakdown is 50% is used on needs, 30% is used on wants, and 20%, well, that's where you save or pay off debt or invest. It's also important to track your expenses weekly. And you can use apps. There's apps like Good Budget or simply a Google Sheet or even just get a notebook. And 3 is setting a family budget with very clear categories, knowing what you're spending on groceries, what you're putting away for sadaqah, school fees, as well as an emergency fund. So you can't give freely if you don't even manage wisely. Barakah, it needs structure to live in. And 3 is managing debt wisely. You see, we all know that debt creates pressure financially as well as emotionally. Even if it's not riba-based, it can still affect your peace, your decision-making, as well as your freedom. Let me give you an example. Abu Huraira radiallahu anhu, he said that the Messenger of Allah, peace and blessings be upon him, he used to refuse to offer the funeral prayer for anyone who died in debt, but would say, pray for your companion. Then when Allah enriched him, he accepted responsibility for their debt and offered the funeral prayer. You see, when you avoid debt or you pay it down with discipline, you're not just becoming financially free, but you're choosing a lighter life, one that the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, personally prayed for. Here's what you can do if you want to start paying debt off. First thing is write every single debt that you have, no matter how small, because seeing it in front of you, this creates clarity. Second is you can start off by paying off the small ones first and build on that momentum. Never borrow for lifestyle, only for needs. See, don't take loans to look together. And 4 is build a savings. Life doesn't always go the way we planned. Now, whether it's a family emergency, losing a job, or needing to support someone else, savings, well, it gives you options. They create stability, and as women, we often carry the responsibility even when we don't speak about it. You see, Khadija radiallahu anha was able to support the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, in the earliest of days of his mission, not because wealth appeared overnight, but because she had prepared. Her savings helped the early dawah. That kind of impact, it doesn't happen without planning. Savings gives you the power to respond when it matters, not just for yourself, but for your loved ones, your community, and of course the ummah. And here are a few tips to build your savings. Try to save for 3 to 6 months of your basic needs. This is food, rent, bills. Put away a small amount every month, even if you're saving just $50 to start. Use a bank account or savings method that follows Islamic rules, which means no interest or any haram activities. You see, Khadija radiallahu anha, she used her wealth to support the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, in his hardest moments. And that support, it came from planning, not chance. We honor her legacy when we prepare to. These 4 tools are not just financial advice. They're tools of empowerment, of dignity, as well as legacy. Because when a Muslim woman manages money with intention and alignment, she doesn't just build wealth. She builds safety, she builds freedom, and sadaqah that lasts for generations to come. And may Allah grant barakah in your wealth, clarity in your choices, and peace in your provision. See you in the next video, inshallah. Till then, assalamu alaikum.